Well, none of them can hide from the truth, yeah. Children have to go back to the roots, yeah. None of them can hide from the truth, yeah. Children have to go back to the roots. I'm telling you now, the truth. Telling you, yeah, the truth. You have to go back to the roots. Go to the roots. Yeah, man, you know, this is Benjamin out of the Smiling Coast, West Africa, Gambia, representing for the one and only Abu, the big man you don't know, the Soninke warrior, the man that brings the truth, Soninke warrior, the sign of enlightenment, the Soninke warrior, the righteous and the true African. Abu, reveal the truth to them, you know, no matter how them try run from it, because none of them can hide from the truth, yeah. Yes, we have to dig back the roots, yeah. Fire!
Subscribe now.
I remember the days, all those years ago that never fade away. And I remember your face when you hit the ground. I can recall the time and place on a midnight walk through the old streets, trying to turn back the clock to the days of old, back to the days when all the things we knew were made of gold. As the world moves on, time sings a song. In the old neighborhood, as the clock strikes one, the memory lives just as it stood, like a quiet dream.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Afridamus Report. AB, greetings to all of you. It's been a minute. I mean, that's why the viewers are probably slowly getting the notification. They removed me out of the algorithm because I haven't been on in a couple of weeks. But we're going to catch up from where we stopped. In fact, I'm sure some of you that are about to watch or coming or joining me right now, you have probably seen clips of the Donald Trump inauguration speech. I mean, I think it was amazing. The whole ceremony was amazing. And all the promises that he made, he kept. But we're going to dive into the speech that he gave. What, he said a lot of stuff there. And these things made a lot of sense to a lot of people. He talked about gender, DEI, skin color, and he's passed lots and lots of executive orders. And we're going to explore all of that, the crowd, and, what is the future? It looks like America is getting great again, because this is the first time actually I have witnessed where a president, like a candidate, runs, like they say things on their campaign and follow through from day one. That's how you know who is part of the club and who isn't. And it's very, very refreshing. DOJ say you're trying a bit hard to lose your accent. Well, I don't think I'm trying at all. This is actually how I talk, but thank you. So if you look at it, a lot of people are jumping around going like, oh my God. I mean, these are people that obviously were against whatever he ran on, but he kept his word. So it's very refreshing to see that happen for the first time. And he brought back common sense. I'm talking real common sense, because if you really look at it, a lot of politicians, let's say starting from Barack Obama, you got Biden, you know, um, Biden came up with a lot of things that didn't make sense. But now, when you really think about it, how come missed all, missed that? Like what was being presented to you because they got you angry. So a lot of people were blinded. So let me let's get into the ceremony here. And I think the crowd was interesting. I saw former President Obama. There's rumors that they're getting a divorce. Apparently, they said former President Obama, there's this rumor that he had something going on with Jennifer Aniston, white woman. I mean, I suspected that like Obama was into white women. What light skinned guy like Obama do you see? If it's not political marriage, you know, um, that look like Obama, speaks like him, walks like that, and is into a black woman that looks like Michelle Obama. So now that their political career is dead, so we're beginning to see all the truths come out. Well, let me show you, Obama coming in. He came there alone. Also, former President Jimmy Carter, when he passed away, he, you know, also attended that. So there's been a lot of interesting characters that, I would say um, every single one that even pushed this woke agenda, they've bent the knee. So Trump is like, hey, this is about America and America first. And he stood on that. So let me show you Obama coming in. Let me do my disclaimer here. Give me a moment. My fair usage. So I can start showing you here slowly. uh, Yunus from Facebook said, "What did you think about Elon Musk's Nazi salute in world stage?" Well, that's not a Nazi salute. It's from my heart to yours. So that's what it was. But I know Yunus. He's in the UK. In the UK, these people they are woke over there. So they are super woke. Like they would even arrest you if you do not believe that there's only two genders. So now in the United States it's official. So African nations, this is beneficial to African nations because if you look at it, Trump's focus is about America alone, and you can take care of your own territory. He's not coming to your African country to try to impose US, quote unquote, US agenda. So let's start here. Let me show you former President Obama walking in. Here we go. So he came alone. Michelle Obama was nowhere to be seen, you know. So there was a lot of different people, the richest people in the world, they all came through Elon Musk, Mike Zuckerberg, all the people that were against Trump. So let me show you here. So you're seeing it. It's no more, wokeism, where the whole place is based in color, gender, clearly you can see like these people have they've turned the table. They are done with wokeness because Donald Trump is about that. So, but it was very interesting. There was a black pastor that gave, the prayer. And there are some black people out there who are super duper, pissed off. They are pissed off at the black people who are supporting Trump. But let's hear the prayer of this pastor here. Some people said he went back to the plantation. Here we go.
Let's pray for our 47th president. Heavenly Father, we're so grateful that you gave our 45th and now our 47th president a millimeter miracle. We are grateful that you are the one that have called him for such a time as this, that America would begin to dream again. We pray that we would fulfill the true meaning of our creed, that we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. We pray that you use our president, that we will live in a nation where we will not be judged by the color of our skin, but by the content of our character. Heavenly Father, let freedom ring from the snow-capped Rockies of Colorado. Let freedom ring from the curvaceous hilltops of California. But God, we're asking you not only that. Let freedom ring from Stone Mountain, Georgia. Let freedom.
So you see that the pastor came in, prayed, and some people didn't like that because he didn't bring the wokeism. But I just wanted you to see some of the occasions that happened. But before we are about to get to, the main man himself, Donald Trump. You know what? Let me play more of this pastor's prayer. Great message. He's not talking about color and all. I think that's very interesting. It looks like racism is dead on arrival.
From Lookout Mountain of Tennessee. Let freedom ring from every hill and every molehill in Mississippi, from every state, every city, every village, and every hamlet. And when we let freedom ring, we will be able to speed up that day where all of your children, black men and white men, Protestant and Catholic, Jew and Gentile, will be able to sing in the meaning of that old Negro spiritual, free at last, free at last.
You see it. America is great again. The black man came and shouted, free at last. Free at last. People are free to pray in public again. And now let's go to the main man himself, Donald Trump. Big boss. Here we go.
Donald John Trump.
So, at this point, Donald Trump is already sworn in, and he is about to give an epic speech. And my, oh my, I mean, talk about a roast session, calling the deep state, the corrupt politicians, the rogue bureaucrats, the wokesters, race hustlers. He killed all of their dreams in this speech. I was like, man, now I know what they were saying when they said, Donald Trump's, Agenda 2025 is going to kill their dream. This is what they mean. Donald Trump, literally. Do you guys know this 1965 Civil Rights Act? That was just a executive order by President Lyndon B. Johnson. So Trump removed it, killed affirmative action. Now is no longer based on skin color or gender. Now is based on merits, your own hard work. So let's hear Donald Trump's speech here.
Thank you very much, everybody. Well, thank you.
Oh yeah, Nightingale. I'm going to do a follow. I'm going to do a show on all the executive orders for sure. I'm going to.
Thank you very, very much. Vice President Vance, Speaker Johnson, Senator Thune, Chief Justice Roberts, Justices of the United States Supreme Court.
So to his left, to Trump's left, you've got Biden, Kamala, Doug, you got Hillary Clinton, the Bushes, everybody that are the opposite of him. So let us hear what Trump is going to say. I mean, like, truly, like, I've never watched a live televised speech of a president of the United States, going, being this super honest. Because, most of the time, what do they show us? Like they do hard campaigns, and then on Inauguration Day, you start finding out, oh, this was all talk, but this is real. Trump have drawn a line. So watch to your left and the right. Let's pay attention to who is clapping to what. And even things that make sense, you will see the left side will not clap. Here we go.
President Clinton, President Bush, President Obama, President Biden, Vice President Harris, and my fellow citizens. The golden age of America begins right now. From this day forward, our country will flourish and be respected again all over the world. We will be the envy of every nation, and we will not allow ourselves to be taken advantage of any longer. During every single day of the Trump administration, I will very simply put America first.
So, you guys are hearing that. So far, Trump is not, what has he said that you disagree with? He's the president of America. He should put America first. He said America would no longer be disrespected. That's good, right? But let's hear more of this. Like people who are delusional are very, very pissed off at this. And look at Trump's face. This Trump here is different from the 2016-17 Trump, the first term. Like, he is not playing. So he's sending message to all his haters out there. He's letting you know you can't stop this train. And if you try, he's going to crush you. So here we go.
Our sovereignty will be reclaimed. Our safety will be restored. The scales of justice will be rebalanced. The vicious, violent, and unfair weaponization of the Justice Department and our government will end. And our top priority will be to create a nation that is proud, prosperous, and free.
So you're seeing it. So pretty much Trump, he started the cooking. He's letting, you know, the people to his left destroyed America. And he's making it great. And he's saying it to their face. This is how you know he means it. And he's going to continue cooking.
America will soon be greater, stronger, and far more exceptional than ever before. I return to the presidency confident and optimistic that we are at the start of a thrilling new era of national success. A tide of change is sweeping the country. Sunlight is pouring over the entire world, and America has the chance to seize this opportunity like never before. But first, we must be honest about the challenges we face. While they are plentiful, they will be annihilated by this great momentum that the world is now witnessing in the United States of America. As we gather today, our government confronts a crisis of trust. For many years, a radical and corrupt establishment has extracted power and wealth from our citizens while the pillars of our society lay broken and seemingly in complete disrepair.
Did you hear that? So Trump is calling them corrupt, incompetent, and useless to their face. So this speech is not about kumbaya. He's letting you know exactly that these people are in fact incompetent. What do you make of that? See, this is no longer about like conspiracy or what the media is going to hide. This is at the inauguration. Straight letting the world know. These people to my left are incompetent. They are corrupt. They turned America into a laughing stock. And I'm letting you know from today, that stops. So here we go.
We now have a government that cannot manage even a simple crisis at home, while at the same time stumbling into a continuing catalog of catastrophic events abroad. It fails to protect our magnificent, law-abiding American citizens, but provides sanctuary and protection for dangerous criminals, many from prisons and mental institutions that have illegally entered our country from all over the world. We have a government that has given unlimited funding to the defense of foreign borders, but refuses to defend American borders or, more importantly, its own people. Our country can no longer deliver basic services in times of emergency, as recently shown by the wonderful people of North Carolina, been treated so badly.
So Trump is coming up with receipts. We all know this did happen. Those people in North Carolina that had the hurricane. So FEMA went over there discriminating. They shown this on tape. They had like the black supervisor, that black woman who was running the whole discrimination thing. When they see a Trump sign, like the homes that have Trump sign, they skip them, refuse to help them. So clearly, they've chosen politics over, doing their jobs. So he's going to address that here.
And other states who are still suffering from a hurricane that took place many months ago, or more recently, Los Angeles, where we're watching fires still tragically burn from weeks ago without even a token of defense. They're raging through the houses and communities, even affecting some of the wealthiest and most powerful individuals in our country, some of whom are sitting here right now. They don't have a home any longer. That's interesting.
That's right. So he's letting you know about Los Angeles also. So Look at Joe Biden. Do you guys see how Joe Biden looks over here? Do you guys think he's even awake? Man, Kamala looks so mad right now. Kamala is more mad than this guy or woman in the chat with the name R. R is over here very, very upset just simply hearing me break this down. This guy is acting like I wrote this speech for Trump, as if Trump did not come up with this. Like I just, sat over here and sent an email and said, "Hey, Trump, you know what you're gonna do? This is what you're going to say, on your inauguration day." Sir or ma'am, all I'm doing here is to analyze it and break it down, to bring you the truth. So, whatever grievance you have, you've already exercised it. That is, if you can vote on November 5th. But now Trump is the president. We're just breaking down his words. That's all. So please stop yelling in the chat. Here we go.
But we can't let this happen. Everyone is unable to do anything about it. That's going to change. We have a public health system that does not deliver in times of disaster, yet more money is spent on it than any country anywhere in the world. And we have an education system that teaches our children to be ashamed of themselves in many cases, to hate our country despite the love that we try so desperately to provide to them. All of this will change starting today, and it will change very quickly.
So, those of you that are on your American hating tirade, he said that stops today. And he's correct. I mean, like, you've seen people who are born and raised in America having the privilege. And on top of that, what do? They complain. They degrade America. They want to be socialists. So he's letting you know that wokeness is not going to happen here. Let me read this real quick. Supergirl, thank you for the super chat. Said, congratulations, Afridamus. What a time to be alive. God bless our 47th president. And God bless the United States of America. Absolutely, Supergirl. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for that super chat. All right, here we go. And Supergirl, just so you know, those people, you watching right now, they are clapping for you as well.
My recent election is a mandate to completely and totally reverse a horrible betrayal and all of these many betrayals that have taken place, and to give the people back their faith, their wealth, their democracy, and indeed their... From this moment on, America's decline is over.
There you go. So there were so many people, those of you that were on the internet were like, oh, America is declining. So now Trump is letting you know America's decline is no more. There were people cheering this on. So now here's a guy saying no more. Oh, Chaotic, thank you for showing up. It's been a minute. So let's hear more of Trump.
Our liberties and our nation's...
And did you guys see, I forgot to address that, the first lady, Miss Melania Trump. My goodness. Didn't she make, being a first lady great again? I mean, for a while, I was like, where is the first lady? And in the inauguration, did you guys hear where? When they were calling names and they were like, Dr. Biden. So Jill Biden, Joe Biden's wife, wrote to the people who she wants them to announce her as a doctor. And nobody respected it. In fact, the people laughed. So Melania Trump, are you guys seeing her? Exactly. She brought class back. We don't need all that, ghetto stuff in the White House, people being in privileged position. You supposed to show how great America is, but instead you want to be there complaining, talking about race stuff, gender talk, all that slave talk. People are tired of it. So here we go. Trump is over here to let you know we ain't playing that game no more. Here we go.
Glorious destiny will no longer be denied, and we will immediately restore the integrity, competency, and loyalty of America's government. Over the past 8 years, I have been tested and challenged more than any president in our 250-year history, and I've learned a lot along the way. The journey to reclaim our republic has not been an easy one, that I can tell you. Those who wish to stop our cause have tried to take my freedom and indeed to take my life.
Wow, this is powerful. Think about it. You try to take this guy out, and this is all true. They try to take him out in court. It didn't work. They try to drain him financially. It didn't work. And they try to assassinate him. It didn't work. He walked right in like a Superman. And now he is turned all his enemies into his footstool. They're right there. They can hear him just feet away. And the whole world is watching it. And those of you that support, corruption, how do you feel watching Donald Trump show up like a big boss? I mean, like Donald Trump brought back testosterone. All that crazy talk. Do you guys imagine, like, if Kamala was the one that won, what a freak show this inauguration would have been? You have no idea what type of bullet you've dodged. Seriously, it would have been the craziest freak show. But you're lucky. I'm lucky too. So here we go.
Just a few months ago in a beautiful Pennsylvania field, an assassin's bullet ripped through my ear. But I felt then, and believe even more so now, that my life was saved for a reason. I was saved by God to make America great again.
Do you see what Trump just said? Trump just shamed the devil. Everyone stood up and he said he was saved by God. President can say God saved him again. I mean, these leftists, they were loonies. Like, they literally came in, it's not like they stopped at not believing God. They say you should not believe God either. So Trump is letting them know, everything you've put in front of me, God saved me to make America great again. And I agree with him. He is here to make America great again. He started already. Hey, Gwe, welcome to the Afridama Zone. It's been a while. Enjoy this beautiful speech by Donald Trump where he ended wokeness and race hustling. Here we go. Do you see this? This is Melania Trump, the first lady. I mean, I love this style. She came in looking like a 1930s gangster. I mean, she came in to let these leftists know she's not there to play. Yeah, she's not there to play. So here we go. That's Melania Trump right there.
Thank you very much.
Isn't it beautiful to watch an inauguration with no twerking happening? Huh? Isn't that amazing? Or worrying about people fighting? That is so beautiful. Here we go.
That is why each day under our administration of American patriots, we will be working to meet every crisis with dignity and power and strength. We will move with purpose and speed to bring back hope, prosperity, safety, and peace for citizens of every race, religion, color, and creed. For American citizens, January 20th, 2025 is Liberation Day.
This speech is great. Did you guys hear this? Trump is not saying privilege to, pansexuals, the black coalition or this coalition. All men are created equal and should be treated equally. I mean, isn't that what we all want? So that's why it's Liberation Day. I mean, you know what? I'll wait for that comment. I'll wait for this one. Let's go.
It is my hope that our recent presidential election will be remembered as the greatest and most consequential election in the history of our country. As our victory showed, the entire nation is rapidly unifying behind our agenda with dramatic increases in support from virtually every element of our society, young and old, men and women, African Americans, Hispanic Americans, Asian Americans, urban, suburban, rural, and very importantly, we had a powerful win in all.
Have you guys noticed Trump mentioned everybody as a group? See, he's not doing like Joe Biden, who would only focus on the criminal element of saying African American. It's everybody. Everybody. So here we go.
7 swing states, and the popular vote, we won by millions of people. To the Black and Hispanic communities, I want to thank you for the tremendous outpouring of love and trust that you have shown me with your vote. We set records, and I will not forget it.
Did you guys hear this? Trump remembered the Blacks and the Hispanics. He knew against all odds, people, your own people fighting you for supporting him. He acknowledged you, and he said he will never forget it. He won't forget it. So he's going to make all of us great again. Chaotic, thank you for the super chat. He said, great breakdown. Thank you, Chaotic. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Guys, I hope all of you are enjoying it as well. All blessings coming your way. Happy 2025. Let's hear more great words from Trump. So the Blacks don't have to cry about, reparation anymore. Because obviously we know the reparation group, they went to Kamala. We took their names and everything. So, but Trump still is going to bring you in, but just leave that reparation talk out there. We'll get you jobs. Okay, that's what Trump is saying. So here we go.
Heard your voices in the campaign, and I look forward to working with you in the years to come. Today is Martin Luther King Day, and his honor, this will be a great honor, but in his honor, we will strive together to make his dream a reality. We will make his dream come true.
So you see, to Trump's left, that's the Democrats. Isn't the Democrats the ones that like to Martin Luther King's name? So Trump said he's gonna make Martin Luther King's dream come true, a colorblind society. So have you noticed these people did not stand up? They didn't. They are all sitting down. Do they truly want to see Martin Luther King's dream of America? No, they do not. Let's see here. The wealthy man, thank you for the super chat. You welcome to the Afridama show. It's a great show, brother. Always enjoy your breakdowns. Thank you very much. Thank you. Peace and blessings coming your way, 2025. So clearly, they know like Trump is here to make America great again, to expose them, to expose that these people, everything they were saying this entire time, they didn't mean it. They just want to demoralize these people. They want you to rely on them, so that they can take your rights away. And Trump is giving it right back to you. Here we go.
National unity is now returning to America, and confidence and pride is soaring like never before. In everything we do, my administration will be inspired by a strong pursuit of excellence and unrelenting success. We will not forget our country. We will not forget our Constitution. And we will not forget our God. Can't do that.
Man, he totally destroyed the worksters. They're like, what? Trump brought God in the conversation? This is what we never wanted. So Trump is speaking to normal people. So let's hear more of him making these leftists happy.
Today, I will sign a series of historic executive orders. With these actions, we will begin the complete restoration of America and the revolution of common sense. It's all about common sense. First,
Guys, look at Biden. Biden tried to sleep it off. He can't fall asleep. Hey, doesn't Kamala look happy over here? Guys, make Kamala Indian again. and you got Hillary Clinton over here stretching her neck as if she's watching from a window. I mean, Kamala looks super mad. I bet you after this inauguration, I mean, she was yelling at her, servants at her house. She making sure at the hotel they bring her like, 2 boxes of wine, because that's the only way she can, try to forget about this for a few hours. I mean, I don't mean to laugh at her. I would never do that. So here we go.
I will declare a national emergency at our southern border.
So he did declare the national emergency, and the military is headed that way. So I used to hear people say, oh, he can't do that. And they were like, how can Trump deploy the military? Well, he is doing it. He is doing it. And I'll be covering those as well.
All illegal entry will immediately be halted, and we will begin the process of returning millions and millions of criminal aliens back to the places from which they came. We will reinstate my Remain in Mexico policy. I will end the practice of catch and release.
So Trump is saying no more. You know how like Biden and Kamala, they wanted to open up, like they opened the border and let people just walk in. They even created an app for them. Trump, from this speech, he shut all that down. And if you want to seek asylum in America, like people say, they say you gotta remain in Mexico. So he's building the wall back up right now. I think these soldiers are already deployed or on their way there as we speak. So here we go.
And I will send troops to the southern border to repel the disastrous invasion of our country. Under the orders I signed today, we will also be designating the cartels as foreign terrorist organizations.
Trump promised all this in his campaigns. So the Mexican cartels on the south of the border, they are pretty much a military of their own. They've been operating, bringing drugs into the United States, weapons and all that. So now he declared them a terrorist group. You know what that means? That means now Trump can send the Delta Force to go after them. So it looks like we would pretty soon start getting, new action movies, like back in the days, Chuck Norris, the Delta Force and all that. So we're about to get those footages from Mexico pretty soon, now that they have been designated a terrorist group. So they are in danger as we speak.
And by invoking the Alien Enemies Act of 1798, I will direct our government to use the full and immense power of federal and state law enforcement to eliminate the presence of all foreign gangs and criminal networks, bringing devastating crime to U.S. soil, including our cities and inner cities.
So what he just said here, this is huge. If you are a foreigner that's a gang member in America, this right here is like a sweep. So that trend, the Agua, all those gangs you hear about here in the States, they are all getting shipped out. He is sending the military to go hunt them down. That's what he just declared here. Read up on it. So here we go.
As Commander-in-Chief, I have no higher responsibility than to defend our country from threats and invasions, and that is exactly what I am going to do. We will do it at a level that nobody's ever seen before. Next, I will direct all members of my cabinet to marshal the vast powers at their disposal to defeat what was record inflation and rapidly bring down costs and prices.
That is great. It looks like the prices of eggs, milk, and all, bacon, all that should be coming down soon. So
the inflation crisis was caused by massive overspending and escalating energy prices, and that is why today I will also declare a national energy emergency. We will drill, baby, drill.
So America's got plenty of oil. Trump is saying we are going to drill right here in America, instead of allowing, all these regulations to block us in line talking about, global warming. No, we are going to drill here in America and make America wealthy. That's what he is saying. So here we go.
America will be a manufacturing nation once again, and we have something that no other manufacturing nation will ever have, the largest amount of oil and gas of any country on earth, and we are going to use it. Let me use it. We will bring prices down, fill our strategic reserves up again, right to the top, and export American energy all over the world. We will be a rich nation again, and it is that liquid gold under our feet that will help to do it. With my actions today, we will end the Green New Deal and we will revoke the electric vehicle mandate, saving our auto industry and keeping my sacred pledge to our great American auto workers.
Man, this is amazing. Can you believe this? A person, a candidate to run on an agenda, and first day kept their promise and did not change it. So this is great. What he is saying, America's got more oil and gas than even Saudi Arabia. So there's no reason why the United States will not tap into it. But he is going to remove all those regulations, because these people keep talking about global warming and all that stuff. Trump is like, nah, we are removing all those and we are about to get rich. Okay? We're about to get rich. So that's good news. Hopefully it all works out. But here we go.
In other words, you'll be able to buy the car of your choice.
And yeah, I mean, you know how like they're trying to force everyone to eventually get electric car? Trump's like, nah, man, we're removing that mandate. You can buy whatever car you want. And I think that's fair. I mean, if you like electric car, you should be able to buy it, but don't try to, phase out gas cars, because some people prefer that. But no, Biden, they wanted gas cars to stop so everyone can switch to electric. So he's like, no, we're done with that. We are going back to the normal gas. But if you also like electric, you can buy it. But we're not going to force anyone to do that. Here we go.
We will build automobiles in America again at a rate that nobody could have dreamt possible just a few years ago. And thank you to the auto workers of our nation for your inspiring vote of confidence. We did tremendously with their vote. I will immediately begin the overhaul of our trade system to protect American workers and families. Instead of taxing our citizens to enrich other countries, we will tariff and tax foreign countries to enrich our citizens. For this,
guys, isn't that awesome? Can you imagine if they remove, the IRS from taxing you? Do you know how much money you are going to keep? So now, instead of America sending money to places like Ukraine, all these other places, so now America is going to pass tariffs on places like China, the EU and other countries. So Trump is proposing now that United States is going to tax other countries and give that money to us, the US citizens. Isn't that amazing? I mean, just simply removing the income tax alone, that alone, would put so much money in your pocket. Then when you make $50,000 a year, would actually be $50,000. It wouldn't be all deducted. So let's see how it goes. But that's what he's proposing.
purpose, we are establishing the External Revenue Service. to collect all tariffs, duties, and revenues. It will be massive amounts of money pouring into our treasury, coming from foreign sources. The American dream will soon be back and thriving like never before to restore confidence and
it's not like this is impossible. America used to be ran like that. The IRS came about in the 1930s. So prior to that, America was, breaking in money through tariffs. I think they stopped collecting tariffs, I think, since shortly before the Great Depression or right after. I know that the IRS came after the Great Depression. So here we go.
effectiveness to our federal government. My administration will establish the brand new Department of Government Efficiency. After years and years of illegal and unconstitutional federal efforts to restrict free expression, I will also sign an executive order to immediately stop all government censorship and bring back free speech to America.
Man, why didn't Kamala and Joe Biden clap for free speech? So you guys really know that free speech doesn't exist. Because if you, under Biden and Kamala, the he, she's, you can't correct them. That's not free speech. But Trump now is letting you know he is bringing back free speech. So here we go.
Never again will the immense power of the state be weaponized to persecute political opponents, something I know something about. We will not allow that to happen. It will not happen again. Under my leadership, we will restore fair, equal, and impartial justice under the constitutional rule of law. And we are going to bring law and order back to our cities.
You guys hear this? Those of you that were running around doing all that woke stuff, you are hearing what Trump is saying here. He said, Daddy Trump is back. He's back in the house. All that shenanigans, you guys running into the supermarkets, stealing, burning down businesses, those days are over. He said, law and order is back in town. So, you better get back in line. So here we go. And he's letting, Joe Biden and Kamala and all those people know, like, hey, you guys are useless. You guys did this. He is letting them know, like, you guys are useless. And Kamala is over there fuming. Because if you were Kamala, how would you feel? This lady have tried everything. She even worked so hard to stop cackling on the campaign trail. She tried being a black woman. And then she pretended not to be. And she still lost. And then she had to certify Trump's victory. And then have to come here and sit there and listen to Trump cook them. Michelle Obama, she probably watched this from her phone or from a TV screen drinking her wine. Because, these days she doesn't she look like she fell off the wheel? My goodness. They say black don't crack, but I don't know what happened to her. Here we go.
This week, I will also end the government policy of trying to socially engineer race and gender into every aspect of public and private life.
Did you guys hear this? So Let me translate. Meaning, those of you who like to get up, you start your statement with as a black woman or as a black trans, as a black this. Guess what? It means nothing anymore. It's no longer the United States policy. People no longer have to pretend to go along with it because it is all social engineering. They engineered it into the tools of the government. So Trump is letting you know no more, because that's racism. It means, you are saying, we can't base things on your skin color or your sex or your religion, but then they use that, to try to force, like literally, if you look at it, in Joe Biden's cabinet, let's just be honest. Didn't you guys see his health secretary? I mean, guys, those of you that are watching me, let's just be real, right? Remove emotions out of these feelings and be real. Do you think that guy, if you are serious and he wants to tell you about real life, you're going to take him serious? I mean, it's a dude standing there. He's a real dude telling you he's a woman. And if you don't go along, they are upset. That would sound crazy to you. So after that, the things they're going to be saying, I mean, if you're saying you're not going to take it serious, you're not going to trust that. It's one thing for you to say that to yourself. But when you try to convince other people to go along, at that point, I mean, you've lost credibility. I mean, I get it. You can be like, you, the person, that's how you feel. I don't know. You're the one there. But if you're telling me what you are seeing right in front of you is not real, instead of a John, you are a Jennifer. I mean, I don't know about all that. So now Trump is making it easy for us. We're no longer going to be hearing people talk about DEI and all that crap. How about you get things based on your qualification?
We will forge a society that is colorblind and merit-based. As of today, it will henceforth be the official policy of the United States government that there are only two genders, male and female.
Did you guys hear that? I know. Yes, this is the crazy era we are in. Yes, the president have to literally sign an executive order to confirm that there is only two genders. This is how far we've come. So this is good for African nations, because remember how they were, since Obama's time, they were trying to push that transgender stuff, the LGBTQ stuff on those nations, because that was their policy, the United States policy with the Bidens. But now it's normal. So common sense is back. People would no longer laugh at America. So here we go.
This week, I will reinstate any service members who were unjustly expelled from our military for objecting to the COVID vaccine mandate with full back pay.
Yeah, so all the people that were fired, because of the vaccine mandate, the jab, you guys remember? Well, guess what? They all coming back and they getting back pay. Man, they about to get some real good check. talk about victory at last. This is why they said, no matter how hard the road is, no matter how dark it is, just keep walking. Keep walking. You would soon come to light. And those people who stood up. In fact, I know someone, right? A couple of people, and they all black, by the way. Do you know these people? Like, they were super, they have government job. They were super quick to go take the jab. But not only that did they take the jab, they were also criticizing the people who refused to take it. And like, these guys believe in their stance. They knew they would lose their job. They were willing to lose it. But these two black people who took the jab, talking about, oh yeah, these white people are racist for not doing that. I was like, are you serious? Is everything racism? Look, if say you don't trust white people, but then you went and took what they gave you, the white people who are not taking it, just respect their stance instead of calling them racist. So it looks like those white people are about to be compensated for standing up for what they believe in. So here we go. It's not racist, by the way. It's their body. They didn't want it to go in. They didn't want somebody to experiment on them. How is that racist? So here we go. And I know one of the individuals, or both of them, I know you're probably watching, but you know exactly where I stand on things like that. So I know you're probably watching this in shame, but I didn't mean to shame you. That's why I'm not going to reveal your name. But you know who you are.
And I will sign an order to stop our warriors from being subjected to radical political theories and social experiments while on duty. It's going to end immediately. Our armed forces will be free to focus on their sole mission, defeating America's enemies. Like in 2017, we will again build the strongest military the world has ever seen. We will measure our success not only by the battles we win, but also by the wars that we end, and perhaps most importantly, the wars we never get into.
Oh yeah, the army is no longer gonna be woke. Man, they made the U.S. Army so woke. I mean, like, even Zimbabwe was willing to take them on. But now that's all over. I mean, like, they went so woke. Zimbabwe is like, look, I mean, sure, you want to fight? We're ready. But Trump is like, that. All those days are gone. Okay, those days are gone. Here we go.
My proudest legacy will be that of a peacemaker and unifier. That's what I want to be, a peacemaker and a unifier. I'm pleased to say that as of yesterday, one day before I assumed office, the hostages in the Middle East are coming back home to their families.
He's talking about the hostages that Hamas took from Israel. So Trump, when Trump won, he sent a message to Hamas. They asked him about Hamas. He said, Hamas better release release the hostages before his inauguration, or there will be hell to pay. 5 days to Trump's inauguration, Hamas Hamas agreed to release the hostages. But I'll tell you what, Hamas prior to that, Hamas was like, man, they were like, man, F Trump, man, we don't care. And I even saw some news clip from somewhere India, some Indian people are talking about, oh yeah, Hamas is so tough. They're standing up to Trump. And I thought Hamas even meant it. But 5 days before Trump getting sworn in, they were like, all right, hello, Trump, we are willing to make a deal. So that's what he's talking about here. So here we go. So Kamala, you guys remember when all those woke black people on TV correcting people on how Kamala's name is pronounced, as if Kamala is a black name, right? So they stood up for that. And you know what they're projecting here? They want us to think that they made that happen. So this war has been going on for how long? How long have these hostages been there? They could not release them. Now Trump came in, they are released. They want to take credit for it. It tells you who they are loyal to. See, they didn't stand up for anything, but when it came to Israel, they stood up for that. What does that tell you? It looks like somebody owns the group to the left. I mean, maybe some in the right too, but here we go.
Thank you. America will reclaim its rightful place as the greatest, most powerful, most respected nation on earth, inspiring the awe and admiration of the entire world. A short time from now, we are going to be changing the name of the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America, and we will restore the name of a great president, William McKinley, to Mount McKinley, where it should be and where it belongs.
So Trump is changing the name of the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. And they talking about acquiring Greenland as well. He changed, the Mount, the name. Obama came and changed it to Mount Denali in Alaska because, they were changing names to erase America's history. So he's restoring it back to Mount McKinley, named after, the former president McKinley. And he's like, hey, the Gulf of Mexico is no longer Gulf of Mexico. It's going to be the Gulf of America. Let's hear more good Make America Great Again speech.
President McKinley made our country very rich through tariffs and through talent. He was a natural businessman and gave Teddy Roosevelt the money for many of the great things he did, including the Panama Canal, which has foolishly been given to the country of Panama after the United States. The United States, think of this, spent more money than ever spent on a project before and lost 38,000 lives in the building of the Panama Canal. We have been treated very badly from this foolish gift that should have never been made, and Panama's promise to us has been broken. The purpose of our deal and the spirit of our treaty has been totally violated. American ships are being severely overcharged and not treated fairly in any way, shape, or form, and that includes the United States Navy. And above all, China is operating the Panama Canal, and we didn't give it to China, we gave it to Panama, and we're taking it back.
Do you guys hear that? So the United States built the Panama Canal. So Jimmy Carter, quote unquote, they gifted it to Panama for $1. I mean, come on, do you believe this? But that's what they said the deal was. So apparently Panama is like charging the United States tons of money, even though the United States built it and the China is running it. And Trump is right. They didn't. United States didn't give it to China. So he's like, we're taking it back. And guess what? The United States is really taking the Panama Canal back because Marco Rubio have already started the talks with the people in Panama. I mean, who's going to stop the United States? China? Please.
Above all, my message to Americans today is that it is time for us to once again act with courage, vigor, and the vitality of history's greatest civilization. So as we liberate our nation, we will lead it to new heights of victory and success. We will not be deterred. Together we will end the chronic disease epidemic and keep our children safe, healthy, and disease-free. The United States will once again consider itself a growing nation, one that increases our wealth, expands our territory. I stand before you now as proof that you should never believe that something is impossible to do. In America, the impossible is what we do best.
So America is definitely back, giving the people hope and strength again. I have the link in the chat. I will have quick conversation, maybe 20 minutes. I want to hear you guys. I don't want the video to be too long. So as soon as the speech ends, we can jump right in it. Hit that link.
From New York to Los Angeles, from Philadelphia to Phoenix, from Chicago to Miami, from Houston to right here in Washington, D.C., our country was forged and built by the generations of patriots who gave everything they had for our rights and for our freedom. They were farmers and soldiers, cowboys and factory workers, steel workers and coal miners, police officers and pioneers who pushed onward, marched forward, and let no obstacle defeat their spirit or their pride. Together they laid down the railroads, raised up the skyscrapers, built great highways, won 2 world wars, defeated fascism and communism, and triumphed over every single challenge that they faced. After all we have been through together, we stand on the verge of the 4 greatest years in American history. With your help, we will restore America promise, and we will rebuild the nation that we love, and we love it so much. We are one people, one family, and one glorious nation under God. So to every parent who dreams for their child and every child who dreams for their future, I am with you, I will fight for you, and I will win for you. We're going to win like never before. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. In recent years, our nation has suffered greatly, but we are going to bring it back and make it great again, greater than ever before. We will be a nation like no other, full of compassion, courage, and exceptionalism. Our power will stop all wars and bring a new spirit of unity to a world that has been angry, violent, and totally unpredictable. America will be respected again and admired again, including by people of religion, faith, and goodwill. We will be prosperous. We will be proud. We will be strong, and we will win like never before. We will not be conquered. We will not be intimidated. We will not be broken, and we will not fail. From this day on, the United States of America will be a free, sovereign, and independent nation. We will stand bravely. We will live proudly. We will dream boldly. And nothing will stand in our way because we are Americans. The future is ours, and our golden age has just begun. Thank you. God bless America. Thank you all.
Did you guys hear that? Powerful, strong speech, non-unapologetic. He hit it right on the head. And I noticed, I don't know about you guys, but isn't it America have already started being great ever since Trump won, and especially after that speech. Even the sun feels different, the ice, snow, the air, everything have been much better. You know, I noticed few months back the way the sun felt and the cold, and now it's completely different. So thank you. I hope you guys enjoyed. Guys, I'm joking. I know some of you probably, man, can you believe Afridama said the everything changed? I'm just joking. But thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I would make sure I get back on schedule so we can continue our regular shows. And some of you have left comments below other videos saying, oh, you are hiding from ICE. No, I'm not hiding from ICE. In fact, I'm going to be doing shows on ICE. All right. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much. I hope you guys enjoyed, my breakdown of the video. Please like it and share it. Hit the like and feel free to leave your comments. I know earlier there was someone who was being pissed off, but it's okay. Make America great again. All right. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.
Lend thy ears to the Afridamers. Pay attention to the Afridamers. The true Saninke warrior. Naturalist his intelligence. As a true professor. Solution to brainwash diseases. Sit back, relax, and hear the wisdom. Afridamers will heal your minds. Sit back, reflect, you'll find no objection. Afridamers will clear your doubts here. Always log on to the Afridamers. Lend thy ears to the Afridamers. Is the truth and no doubt the Saninke warrior.